G'day. Well, I just filmed session 27 of this one to finish it, and then watched to see that my video had crashed partway through, and so nothing got recorded. So here we go again. This is now new session 27, and I will go through quickly the changes since we last chatted. So the first thing that I've done is I've created this little section under here. One of my slicksters did die. What I did is I built a ladder down from this section into here, and one of the slicksters got down here, and before I sort of made a new thing, he was gone. So I'm not sure how he died. I don't think he drowned. It doesn't say. Oh, actually, he might have drowned. He was standing on one of these steps when the mesh tile opened, so possibly this flooded down and killed him. But what I've done now is I've just made this setup here so that the crude oil will float down here. It'll go to this liquid pump. I haven't activated the liquid pump yet, but I've also got this reservoir here that it will go to. So I'm halfway through sort of setting that up. One of the comments from the previous video as well was my manual airlocks making people take too long to pass through them. So I have gone through, and on my 3 exits, I have changed them to mechanized airlocks. So thank you for that suggestion. I have also started to build a bit more of a, like change my room for the Drecko into more of a vertical room. It was mentioned, and I did see down here that, where is he? Obviously they walk on the roofs and things, so the idea that the room goes up and down so that there can be oxygen in the room for the mealwood, hydrogen in the room for the Drecko himself, makes sense. So, I'm still building that. And then also, how many guys have I got in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's wrangle that guy too. I think 8 was what I mentioned that I could probably have in there. So we'll just keep clearing guys out from around. And we're getting a little bit closer to working out how to set up our liquid pump. So, oh, the other thing was, thank you for those that pointed out that it's thimble reeds, like this guy up here, that'll get me the stuff I was after. It's a cold reed. And there were a few seeds up here that I've picked up. So I was trying to work out as well where I should put those seeds, whether I should build it out here. What are you doing, just hanging out there? Whether I should build that out here, or if I should sort of build that internal, like where would be a good spot to farm some of those reeds. But for continuing on here, what I'd say we will do, I don't think there's anything else of note that I did in that last one. It was funny because no one really suggested this in the last video. I just sort of did my own thing. Someone did mention that a few videos ago, that I could put mesh tiles in to allow it to go through. So definitely thank you for that suggestion. I think it is a really nice layout there, and it'll stop these guys from drowning in their own oil. So the one thing I do want to play around with a bit, I keep putting it off. I really should get to this this Drecko. So let's put a ladder, wall straight up there. We'll put a ladder. Wait, have I made that too short? I've only got 5 there. Let's cancel that for a second. Let's copy that guy. We'll go 1, 2, and then we'll build a ladder up here. Let's cancel that. Deconstruct that guy. I don't know if I've got this too wide. It's too big a room for my Drecko. The automation does seem like some really fun stuff, so I'm genuinely very much looking forward to reaching the point here where I get to do my chlorine room, which is this room here, if I hadn't already pointed that out. So the chlorine I'm going to be using, I think, will come from here. I think that's the closest chlorine. Notice I got a few of these little puff guys around too. That is a question, actually. I didn't pose that in the last one, and I am curious about it now. So having a read of these guys, I can see that if I have them consuming oxygen, and look at that, I'm reading the database all by myself. If I have them consuming oxygen, they will make oxalate. Is 3 kilograms of oxalate worth 30 kilograms of oxygen? To me, it doesn't seem like it. It doesn't sound like if you just had a whole bunch of those guys roaming around your base, they're going to make they're going to be making more oxygen than you're using. Surely they're going to be consuming more than you're using. So over time, you're just going to be at a loss for them. Let me know if that's the case or not, 'cause it does feel like it would be. We do now have 8 guys in there. I can see we've still got even more hatches just wandering around. I'm not even sure I need this ladder. I think the way that I should build this would be that the door's at the bottom. The door doesn't need to be at the top. But then I'm also going to need area in here to do things with him, right? I'm going to need like a shearing station or something. I'm not quite sure how he works. I'm not happy with my design yet on that room. I've got to keep thinking about that one. Now, I don't know what the density of chlorine is. Whether that would sink. I don't know what bleach stone is, or if it's any benefit to me. Condensation point? No. Yeah, I don't know if it would, if I was, say, to put it in this room and then have a ladder coming out, would that ladder actually, would, like, it come down the ladder? No. Okay, so I think that the way that I should have this room built is we'll knock the ladders out of this room, get rid of that, get rid of that. And then I'm going to put a ladder at this end of the room. Let's deconstruct that one too. And let's dig up the remaining stuff in this room. And let's sweep. Let's get everything out of this room too. We don't want anyone wandering in there at a later point to collect materials. Someone did suggest that what I should be doing is dividing my storage up more spread through my my town, just so that they're not all sort of fall into the same point, and stuff that's actually suited to other places should, like, suited to certain places should be closer to them. So say, I don't know, put dirt closer to the mealwood and whatnot, which is definitely a good idea, and I can see that these are all full again, so they're not overly effective except for just centralizing all of the stuff that people don't use, because it's every time that stuff doesn't get used, it's obviously where it's going, and it's just going to sit there, and then as other things do get used, like say the dirt, they come out, and then things that don't get used might get swept into there. So yeah, not too sure about its full efficiency at this point. Okay. So in this vertical room, I would assume that I'm going to have a maximum size that I need. Now, can I work out what my maximum size for a room is based on anything in here? On that page, it doesn't look like. Capture method traps. Or wrangling. It's 9 by 12 at the moment, which would be 108. So I assume that's going to be way too big at the moment. But I assume I want, like, shearing stations and things in there. So what if we did a wall like this, and then we build like that, and then a ladder down here. And then we build up this way. Let's not get them sunk. Yeah, I don't even need that ladder at all. So I could bring this wall in one extra. For the sake of construction, maybe let's just leave it there for now. And what we will do is we will deconstruct those two pieces of wall there. And then we'll slowly deconstruct the top of this ladder. Okay, then we will build a pneumatic door there. And we'll build a pneumatic door there. So basically, this is his lair. Possibly, actually, what I could do is build this across further, and then I could cancel that build. And to make sure it's just even more the right size, I could just build that there. Ladder there. And then is it a grooming station that I need? Not confident in the size of that, so let's cancel those again. Just build them back one spot, just in case I need that extra square. Put that there. This guy doesn't look too bad, but I don't think I need people at all, so I won't worry about it. Okay. So these guys can now get through here. And if they need to work on him at all, which is it will the grooming station work? Is that what I need to do to sort of shear his... How do you shear someone? I assume if I go to stations, shearing station. Great, so let's slot that in there. His food is down here, so I don't need that. It would more than just be a critter drop-off, I assume, that I can put there. Now, it doesn't seem like this room is overly big in terms of how much chlorine, how much oxygen I'm actually going to get in here. So I know why I'm down here. There's a fair bit of algae through here. Let's take that. Okay. Let's build this tile here. Let's deconstruct those two parts of that ladder. So that guy needs power. So let's look out what the closest wiring is to him. He's still flashing. Not quite sure what part of his system is so consuming of power. I mean, he's only got just... Oh, maybe it's just that he's not getting enough power. Maybe that's all his gripe is. But he does seem to be flashing a lot more than everyone else. But he's only got that that's not operating. That seldom operates, and then just a few sort of... just doors. I don't know what his problem is. Potential load is too high. So it's more just a warning than an actual problem then, I guess. So that's okay. So, get to here. Guess we want to connect him to this one, which seems way more elaborate. I suppose it's only lights and things that this one's operating, so it's not as actually complex as it looks. So let's go... let's go straight down here. I don't know if anyone else finds this, but when drawing a power lines, I actually find it's easier to do the stationary mouse. You just sort of move the screen with your keyboard. It does mean that you overshoot where you're heading sometimes. Especially if I'm drawing long lines, that's the way I'll do it. I think that I'll have to get someone to build a ladder here. I'm not sure if they'll reach that one there. Let's just chuck a point of ladder. Okay, so I have to designate something for this, and this will be... I think there's no problem with sort of like putting all Dreckos together. Okay. So, the next room that we now need to build is going to be our oxygen room. Our oxygen and electrolyzer. So the room itself isn't actually going to be a problem. I suppose there's going to be hydrogen in the room that's getting pumped out, but that hydrogen's going to be at the top of the room. So as long as I do it in a high ceilinged room, the guys working within that room are going to be fine. So, this room's now full of carbon dioxide. Let's just build it as an extension across this way. Let's build the floor there. We'll build up. Let's build a ladder straight up here. Build tiles all the way up to... Now, I think someone did say that this can get hot. Actually, no, this does mean that they'd have to pass through the... Hang on. I don't want them passing through the room to get there. Although they're never going to really go in there, are they? It's more that it would mean that these tiles here have to be insulated. No, okay. Let's cancel this. Change my mind. Sorry, Stinky. Build those back. Let's build it over here. So we'll build the ladder down there. Then deconstruct this ladder. Maybe just sort of push it a bit more this way. So you can come down here, you can take a door right in here, or you can take a door left into where it's located. Okay, so that ladder's now built, so we can deconstruct that. And then we will dig that. And then, I want to, yeah, I was gonna say, I'll dig that out. Just more concerned about digging the one below it. I don't want them falling so far. They're all just hanging around on there. That seems really precarious. Okay, so let's expand out the floor along here. I'll let you dig those ones out. And now that you're not standing on it anymore, let's dig out that one. I suppose the other one would be, what if you built it like here and then had like mesh tiles or something here, so that what would happen is that helium and the oxygen would rise. I suppose it depends on how much it will make, but if will any of that get through to the plants? Okay, so let's build these tiles across far enough that you can still get under here. If this is going to be emitting heat, we probably do want it as far away from that as possible. I do want to look into the people mover sort of stuff too. I don't know where it sits in the scheme of all my items and things, but the idea that I can have people transit tubes. There we go. I feel like doing a transit tube would be a lot of fun. And based on the size of my base, I don't know if it'd be worthwhile having, but I mean, obviously it does cost plastic, so this is definitely an investment in in that. There's plenty of stuff that is going to cost plastic that I look forward to investing in. One day, glossy Drecko. I don't know why that square's gone. Did I do that? Okay, so let's build a wall here. Build a ladder to assist with that build. This going up here. Cool. I realize I still don't have them configured set up. I do have a I have set up so that there's at least a power cable that runs to here. I haven't done anything with the like liquid tubing at all. But I mean, you can sort of see that that's well off hitting that sensor. So there's no sort of... I mean, I realized actually I could move that sensor to here, lower it to up the sort of the amount that could potentially go at, but it's all right. Well, yeah, I don't have any plans for it at all at this point, so I can just leave it as is. Okay, so let's deconstruct that ladder now. And let's get a electrolyzer built. I assume we'll want to just build a wall for this too. Build a ladder up here. We'll build that wall. And we will build a pneumatic door. Because it's going to be so low, hopefully it's just the oxygen that's going to leak out then, not the hydrogen. Now, the liquid that can go in here, is that okay with polluted water, or does it have to be water? I assume when it talks about water, it means proper water. Because water is a different thing to polluted water. I generally assume that sort of it actually is a distinction that it's making. So let's disable this building for now as well. We don't want it actually going. And then what we'll want is ventilation going on in here. So we will want I guess at the top, we'll just build 2 mesh tiles for it to sit on, so that it doesn't impede the flow of anything coming up. And we will take a gas pump to put there. Or is that... yeah, okay. And we'll want a gas filter. Wrong button. Oh. Okay. Put the gas filter out here. See if I remember which way is which. Pipes. It pumps into the white one. Let me flip that around. Although it didn't show me, did it? There we go. Oh, I've got to stop pressing O to rotate. So once I rotate it, stop showing me my build. Yeah. There we go. Alright, so we want it like that. And we will go up from there into there. I won't be able to get up there, so let's just build another ladder. Temporary ladder for them. Because of how high I've built this, I feel like that means that potentially this will generate more, or this will pump more hydrogen than it will oxygen, but might not be the case. Actually, I don't need a filter, do I? It's just pump whatever you get and put it in there. Yeah, that's overkill. Let's deconstruct. Gas pipe, that one. Just go straight down the wall. In theory, the only two things that are going to be in this room are going to be hydrogen, and originally my plan there was going to be that you pump oxygen to here, you pump hydrogen to there, but it doesn't matter. It's just pump the whole thing in there. Possibly I need to change these tiles to heat. Reducing ones, or I can take one of my Wheeze wart and chuck it somewhere down here to reduce the potential temperature of these guys. They're currently 24 degrees over there, which is quite nice. What's he want? Does he have a temperature preference? 25 to 60, so he's not as big an issue as the that of anything that's too cold for him at the moment. Okay, so let's get some electricity running to... Okay. He needs liquid intake, so I assume the liquid that he's going to need will be... Oh no, because this is still water that comes out of that sieve, isn't it? It's just polluted. Does that matter? I would assume no. If we go... what's this? Pumping. Plumbing. Pumping. Alright, and so that's not too far a journey that this has to take. So we just go... That's a gas pipe that I'm currently running along, so that's okay. This guy's already pumping away. Here. Let's go this guy wander around. I suppose I think I've got enough shine nymphs out and about. Alright, well we might call this as the last night of this one. So I guess the big question for next time is having water coming through this sieve that's got germs in it going to here fine. No issues about that. Is my layout here fine? Is this too stubby of a room? Is this fine the way that the gas is just going to pump both into the same area, or should I be dividing it a bit more? Or if it's in the middle, does it mean the oxygen will go down, the hydrogen will go up? Yeah, let me know if there's anything that I should be addressing, because I feel like I'm looking a little bit okay at the moment, but I've certainly been wrong in the past. Thanks for watching, and until next time, catch you later. See ya.